Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to the start of this playthrough of Signalis, a game that I've been very excited for, especially once I played the demo, because it is very much a classic throwback survival horror, but with a gorgeous kind of 3D pixel mix art style that pretty much caught my attention the first time I saw a GIF from this game like 2 or 3 years ago. It's been in development for quite a while, but it's finally here, and it's one of those games where it kind of feels hard to believe that it's actually out instead of perpetually coming eventually. But yeah, here it is, and I've heard very good things about it. I didn't get a chance to start it on Thursday when it came out, so it's now Saturday, and some people have already completed it, and it sounds very promising. It sounds like this absolutely nailed what it was trying to do. Scorn kind of fumbled a little bit because they had a very strong art style, but didn't really know what they wanted to do with the gameplay. Whereas here, it sounds like the two-person team at Rose Engine basically took a lot of things inspired by survival horror, but rather than just copying them because they were things that were in survival horror games, they've then developed their own ideas on them. Which is not to say that I don't like any of the survival horror throwbacks that are just doing, hey, do you remember this from the old survival horror games? But I really like what I've heard about this and how the sort of mechanics are enforced by the lore. You know, right down to why we have a limited inventory capacity, why we're bad with guns. Those are all things that are part of the lore and not just gameplay mechanics for the sake of game balance. And it also sounds like maybe even like the puzzles and everything kind of descend into wacky, crazy territory as reality starts to shatter. Because this is a cosmic horror, survival horror game. You know, the ending of the demo made that pretty clear, with not only the King in Yellow appearing, but also just the wild montage that plays at the end. So we're going to get in here, and we are going to find out what kind of game this really is. Also, I've heard this is actually kind of longer than I expected. I thought this would be a fairly short game. I guess I didn't really have a basis for that, aside from it looks gorgeous and it's an indie survival horror, so they might not have had time to make a very long game. But it sounds like this clocks in at about somewhere between 10 and 12 hours, which is encouraging, as long as it's good all the way through, and it sounds like it is. So I believe a lot of the first episode is going to be stuff that was in the demo, because I think the demo literally was just the start of the game while you're still aboard the ship. So we play as LSTR, or Elster, who is a replica belonging to a rather oppressive-sounding regime, and that oppression is enforced through the gameplay mechanics, which you would expect for a survival horror. We're just kind of dumped into it. We've awoken from this pod, and we don't really know what's going on. I think we have nothing in our inventory to begin with. But yeah, so it's got a bit of an anime style, but when you actually get in game, it is these very detailed pixel textures on 3D models. You know, the environment is 3D, the character models are 3D, but it doesn't necessarily look like that when it's not moving. And it is a kind of top-down, isometric sort of survival horror, which is not traditional, but it worked out really great in the demo, so I think it is a fine change on perspective. It's close enough in that you still feel like it's more of a survival horror than just a top-down twin-stick shooter kind of thing. Also, you might notice that Elster does not have feet. She has those little pointy feet nubbins. Like in, I guess, Bravely Default had that. The lock is defective. This door cannot be opened. She's an android, so I assume she has a pretty neutral kind of tone. Alright. I think that is kind of a Silent Hill thing, where the doors that have locks that are broken and cannot be opened, they're just there to be doors, they're not actually functional. We'll never have to worry about opening them. So yeah, we start on this spaceship, trying to figure out what's going on. LSTR features Repair Logic Module. Serving our great nation as ship technicians aboard the scout vessels of the Penrose program, LSTR type replicas like yourself are equipped with a specialized repair logic module, or RLM, allowing them to quickly and easily repair both themselves and important mission equipment. Accessing the RLM functions. Enter the inventory screen by pressing Tab, select the item to repair with AD, press F to open the command menu, select the Combine option to enter Combine mode. While in Combine mode, select a second item to repair, press F again to combine both items. To repair damage to the replica body, select a suitable repair item and simply choose the Use option from the command menu. Sometimes it can be helpful to take a good look at an object from all sides. Select the Inspect option in the command menu to enter Inspect mode. While in Inspect mode, use WSAD to rotate the item to look at it from all sides. So yeah, classic Resident Evil mechanic, where you can examine things, and sometimes there will probably be parts of them we can interact with in order to change them or find out more details. Silent Hill never really did that, did they? I think you could view the 3D models in your inventory, but there was never like puzzles where you had to play around with them. Usually it's just if you wanted to find out something about like a key or whatever, using Examine would just tell you, if there's writing on the key or whatever. So the other perspective this game has is in certain rooms you will get this kind of first-person, more detailed examination where you can poke and prod at everything. We have some adhesive tape here, but we can also examine stuff. Penrose 512, Scout Vehicle Status Monitor. Status, Critical System Failure Detected. Location, Unknown Planetary Surface. Report, Crew Status. Yeong, Gestalt Pilot, no signal. LSTR 512, Replika Unit, active, mess hall. So that's us. Hard landing on surface has damaged critical systems. Warning, surface temperature critically low. Wear protective clothing during AVA. I still don't know what the A would be, because normally it would be EVA for extra vehicular activity. Arctic vehicular activity? Warning, surface temperature critically low. Wear protective clothing during AVA. So that is relevant. If we want to go outside the ship, we're going to need some protection. Even though we are a replica, I guess she is not super resilient to the elements, because, she's a ship technician. She's not really meant for hostile environments. So, we know that our ship has crashed onto an Arctic planet, and that our pilot is missing. Presumably because they have left the ship. So I don't know if this is going to be the case everywhere in the game, but the demo, all of the doors are denoted by, marking tape like this, so you know that you can go that way. And I'm hoping that's a consistent feature later on. Alright, here's the cockpit. The ship is crashed in an icy landscape. The landing and docking assist monitor. It's of no use to me now. A faded photograph is stuck to the LDAM controls. Pick up photograph. Picked up photograph. The port controls panel. There has been a critical system failure due to the hard landing. So, it seems like most of the things you can interact with in these scenes are just, lore descriptions. The kind of stuff you'd normally get in Resident Evil from examining, tables and paintings and stuff. The ship's control panel. Judging from the readout, there's no chance it'll ever fly again. It's a lost cause. The starboard controls panel. The controls aren't responding to any input. Probably an electrical failure. So, the ship is pretty fucked. It's not going anywhere. We don't need to worry about repairing it. However, we did get that photo. A photograph taken on self-developing film. Despite the damage, Ariane Yeong can still be seen on it. Now, they said she's a Gestalt pilot, but I don't know if that means that she is a different kind of artificial human, or if that is, like, her rank. It looks like the pigment was damaged by time and exposure to the elements. So yeah, there's nothing really useful about this photograph, but it very obviously has a puzzle solution on the back that says cryo above it. There's a lot of German in this game, but I don't think the developer or the setting is really completely German, so I'm curious where that comes from. Someone even mentioned to me in the demo that that tone that plays on the demo, that do-do-do, is the German no service line you get. It's similar to the one you get here, but not exactly the same. But there's an AVA suit in the case. Well, we'll need to put that on if we want to go outside. However, airlock key required. We can't leave without a keycard. The suit has been removed from the case. So clearly, Ariane already left. So we'll need to find a keycard somewhere around the ship if we want to get out of here. Alright, we're going to check this room. That one can't be opened. Penrose Type Vessel Field Operations Manual. Penrose type vessels of the Yusan People's Navy are low-cost space exploration vessels deployed beyond the solar system's edge in search for planets and moons fit for habitation or rich in natural resources to support the continuous growth of our great nation. All Penrose vessels are piloted by a Gestalt scout officer, supported by a land survey ship technician replica, LSTR. This partner system of Gestalt replica cooperation has proved successful in countless previous scout operations. Mutual control and support allows both the Gestalt officer and the technician replica to perform at their optimal capacity. Once the vessel is catapulted towards the edge of the solar system by an orbital mass driver, the pilot may adjust the course from the flight deck while the replica will take care of mechanical maintenance of the vessel. So yeah, they just kind of slingshot these things out beyond the bounds of the solar system in order to find new planets to take over, to support their glorious nation. Smeared diary page. Cycle 57. Woke up from cryo in T mess hall. I was wondering, Elster, looking out, flight deck, like some lost in thought. Sometimes I feel is home. So yeah, it seems like the Gestalt pilot was more or less human, and they were also in cryo. I guess we were in cryo too, so that's not necessarily the only indication. Alright, here is the cryo room. So top corners and then a little L. The puzzles I remember were all pretty logical, but again, it sounds like they become less logical the further you get into the game, intentionally so. I think things tend to get more surreal the further you get. Unsurprisingly, the cryopod is empty, no one in here. 2 pieces of a key snapped in half lie inside the cryogenic pod. Airlock key. And, obviously, combine the tape with the airlock key, and we can repair it. A magnetic keycard that allows access to the Penrose's airlock controls. It's been mended with tape. You know, they might have actually removed some of the stuff that was in the demo. Maybe that was just there to kind of fill out the beginning. I mean, I really don't know where they were going to go from where the demo ended, how they were going to integrate that into the regular game, because it was a pretty abrupt stopping point. But yeah, it seems like we don't have to go into medical and fix the reactor. Because if I remember correctly, you had to fix the reactor to open the door in order to get into the cryo room so that you could get the key card, but it seems like we're skipping that. So that's nice that we're not just completely retreading the same stuff. However, that also means that we can't get a gun. Because I think the gun was in here. Alright, well, we've been everywhere we can be, so let's get outside. Alright, let me look closer. Use airlock key. So yeah, this was pretty much near the end of the demo when you got out of the ship. There was combat on the ship, there was more puzzles on the ship, but it looks like most of that is going to be focused ahead of us rather than right at the beginning. Giving it more time to do some setup, because they did kind of throw you rather abruptly into combat in the original part. Alright. Now we head through the snow to some kind of structure over here. I don't think you can really look around in this section. I don't think there's anything to see or examine. We just walk towards this portal. Looks like kind of a weird standing stone structure. And beyond it is a big pit with really awkward stairs leading down. It really does look like those stairs are made just for someone with weird legs like Elster. Down here, there's a hole in the wall. I really don't understand the purpose of this structure, since the hole in the wall seems to have been dug afterwards. There's a strange hole leading deep into the ground. There's a faint light glowing in the deep. Crawl into the hole? Sure. Crawl right towards that spooky red light. Okay. So this room is where the demo ended, once you pick up this book. So I'm curious if anything weird is going to happen, or if we're just going to play this normally now. The door won't open. Where could it possibly lead to? A light switch, I'd rather not turn it off. An old wooden wardrobe. A radio transmitter. It seems to be connected to the computer. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a radio, too, built in. Can we access that yet? Actually, I can't open my inventory in this room. A weird safe with the game's logo on it. A heavy safe box wrapped in chains. Yeah, it's got 3 locks on it. The national flag. Dark pictures of a coastline and an island. Are they photographs? textbooks on radio operation. They look old and worn. Old Imperial cereals, I'm pretty sure these are banned. The computer screen is blank. Like, there's just an F key next to the spacebar. And all of the other keys appear to be Japanese? Hard to tell, they're kind of lo-fi. Alright, let's touch the creepy book. An ancient-looking tome is lying on the table. It feels like it is calling to me. Pick up The King in Yellow. Generally, when that option is offered to you, you should not pick up The King in Yellow. Just saying. So that's how the demo ended. I wasn't sure if that was just a preview of things to come, but now I wonder if we're going to wake up in the ship once again. If that was sort of a prequel dream. Capital 1. Synchronization. I can't even think of how I'd say that. Okay. Now we're just somewhere else. I came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. Do we have like a gap in our memory at this point, or do you think this is going to be the past? Bathroom stalls in various states of disrepair. Also, much like Silent Hill 2, we started off looking into a mirror. So yeah, that cutscene gives you an idea of things to come, I think. Where we're going to end up in the future. The surface access lift. I don't need to go back. Okay. At some point, we found a lift down here. There's a keycard with a note taped to the window of the reception. Due to staff shortage, report new arrivals at Classroom 4C, Northeast. Okay. I'll also notice the reflection on the window. Wouldn't have expected to see that in this type of game. Lang Orbital. S23. Sierpinski. Welcome to S23 Sierpinski. You've been selected or have elected to be relocated by Aeon to S23 Sierpinski. Located on Lang, at the frontier of the solar system, S23 Sierpinski is the perfect place for a new beginning. At our prestigious, redacted, vocational school facility, you will learn new skills to shape your future as a productive citizen of our wonderful nation. Here you will learn all about mineral extraction, ore refinement, and munitions production, helping the war effort against the remnants of the Empire. And of course, learning is not just about theory. Aeon lets you earn your share while protecting your new craft right at the workplace. Practicing. Concerned about your family, friends, former colleagues? Ask the Protector about our ration sharing plan. A portion of your ration marks will be sent to a beneficiary of your choice. So yeah, you're getting an idea of what kind of civilization we serve, what kind of dictatorship we're under. We still have the photograph though, so we know who we're looking for. I like that the first thing she did after coming down here is go into the bathroom. Okay, lock is defective. Do we have a map? I think we do. Yeah. But I was going to say that we also have a radio somewhere. Okay. We have hypersensitive, we have fragmented, catatonic, and overlustered? I think those are status effects. But everything's fine right now. Maybe we don't have the radio yet. In the demo, you had a radio. But yeah, I think it was on the left, so we just don't have it yet. I don't know how we save. I don't know if there's save points or if it's auto saves. It's locked. It requires a key. Notice that there's a security camera watching us. A dead Yule unit. She's in a horrible state. Infected-looking biocomponents are bulging out of her damaged shell. What happened to her that would cause this? Well, at least we know they make munitions here, so it'll explain why we can find a gun here. The Rule of 6. Remember, the Rule of 6. Never carry more than 6 items on your person. Private property is a privilege. Keep your pockets empty and your bag light. So yes, our very limited inventory size is literally enforced by our government. And being a replica, we cannot defy that. Though I wonder if that changes towards the end of the game. I wonder if, like, her programming starts to break down and she's able to carry more items. But yeah, the man says we're not allowed to carry more than 6 items, so that's why we have such a small inventory. Save point? Yep. Works just like the Silent Hill 2 save points, where the whole screen goes red. Looks like we don't need an item or anything, though. Service Request Form F29. Data Filing Service Request Form 8421-4. Full Protector ID of Unit Filing Request EULR S2309. Replika. I guess those are probably like security units. Status, Staff, Department, Redacted. Full Protector ID of Unit Processing Request ARAR S2303. Service Object Mond and Tokter. High Security Wall Safe, Numeric Keypad. Location of Object, Classroom 4B. Description: the wall safe in Classroom 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. What's the point of the whole radio code broadcasting system if our safe can only be opened with the code in the manual? Okay. So we know that there will be some point where we can get key codes from the radio, which we don't have yet. Memorandum, wall safe codes. It has come to my attention that at least one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the Protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. Adler. Keep records. Protocol everything. Remember, if you didn't write it down, it never happened. Get the right forms from administration and save your files frequently. So, I guess maybe the Japanese stuff belongs to the Empire, whereas the German stuff belongs to the Yusan's People's Republic. I mean, Yusan does sound kind of Korean. In my limited knowledge of what Korean sounds like. And not just because it sounds like Busan. No running in the hallways. No running in the hallways. Be mindful of your neighbors. Everyone can hear you run. And there's nowhere to run to anyway. Okay. We don't know the default, so we need to find the manual for the safe in order to get the default code. There's a picture up there, too, that we can't look at. Anything on the whiteboard? Nope. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm just kind of in that phase where I'm just going to open every door and go everywhere. That's where it came from. I think we're going to wrap up soon. I can't tell how long I've been recording already. I don't think I've been recording too long, but I'd like to keep these a little shorter. Okay, well, kind of narrows down our choices. Oh, look, a living person. STAR. An Elster unit? You should leave this place. This facility is lost. Turn back before it's too late. I'm looking for this woman. Have you seen her? I don't know her, but she might be one of the workers. All Gestalt workers were sent to the mine below the facility. If she's still alive, she's probably down there. There's an access elevator to the mine shaft one level below, but you'll need an administrator's key to use it. Okay. You need some repairs or something? I'm a technician. I can fix stuff. I'll be out of here as soon as this repair patch stops my bleeding. Okay, she's got it covered. You should get out of here too. I don't know who that woman is, but she's probably dead by now. If you still want to go, good luck. I mean, you could maybe give me a heads up of why she might be dead? Or what's going on here, or anything immediately useful? But apparently we don't want to ask about that. Like, how did you get violently injured? Protector key. Magnetic keycard for the observation room. Classroom key required. Alright, that's probably in the safe. There was one locked door that we saw further back. I don't think I actually went up this hallway, did I? Because I don't remember seeing another dead one in here. A dead Yule unit. Why was she abandoned here? Okay. Is this the records room? An aperture card microfilm viewer. If I had an aperture card, I could view its contents here. That not a note right there? A simple first aid kit. I can't use any of these since they're not designed for replicas. This is useless to me, but I bet I'll need it later. They'll be like, oh, this person's dying. Get them the key card, or get them the first aid kit before they bleed out. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here right now, though. Just the viewer. So clearly we'll need to come back. And all the other doors are defective, so let me just go back this way. And I think it was this door. Yep. The little protector unit cubicle. I like that it's got a fan in it. I can see an empty classroom on the other side of the window. The glass seems like it's tinted, or a one-way mirror, so that we could watch the students as they learn and make sure they don't learn anything contradictory. Memorandum. Terminology. I announce the following by order of Aeon. Due to recent events, in accordance with the new Aeon Public Interest Media Regulation AGM-87, the term redacted, which is currently in use in various Aeon facilities, is no longer permissible and must no longer be used. I can't tell you what it is because it has been redacted as well. Premises and departments that are currently using the term are to be immediately renamed. Management personnel shall black out the term from all signage and documents until replacement terminology is announced by Aeon. With immediate effect, usage of the term in conversation and correspondence is an offense, obscenity to the state, to be punished with 2 cycles of double work shift. It may not be easy. We all have to do our part here. Always remember, our language shapes our world. A perfect world requires a perfect language. Adler. And a gun? Sure. The gun, I remember being very anachronistic because it looks like something we have today. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is just something we have today. But maybe they don't want to be handing out advanced technology to people who might rebel. Type 75 pistol, user manual. The Type 75 pistol is a short recoil-operated, locked breech, semi-automatic pistol chambered in 10x20mm. This reliable, versatile handgun is the standard issue sidearm for Aeon Protector Controller staff. Replika users, remember to first equip the Type 75 pistol in the inventory screen to designate the pistol as your primary weapon for the targeting module. To deploy the weapon, hold right-click to disengage the safety and enter targeting mode. While in targeting mode, left-click and F will fire the weapon. R will initiate a reload. Remember, do not waste ammunition, for it is a resource of the nation. When a target is down, try to finish it off by kicking or hitting it with a baton to preserve ammunition. So again, like Silent Hill, you have to finish off enemies when they're down, or they'll just get back up. Can I can't activate the computer, can I? The terminal is locked. It requires a password. Okay. So we got ourselves a weapon. Semi-automatic pistol, fires 10mm ammunition from a 10-round magazine. Easy to use, high rate of fire. However, Elster is not a combat replica, and as such it takes her a little while to actually aim. She is not programmed with any kind of combat routines. You're not going to get up, are you? You are going to get up. Okay, now it's got a cleaver. Alright. First enemy killed. You're not going to get up, are you? No. The targeting reticle says no, they will not get up. I was about to say, excuse me, who are you? But then it very clearly told us her name. Oh, hello. You don't belong here either, do you? I'm Isa Ito. You should be careful. There's something wrong with this place. I don't know what happened, but it's probably dangerous to go any further. That's okay. I understand. I have something I need to do, too. Take care. I hope you find who you're looking for. I mean, she also had the pointy feet, so maybe Gestalts are artificial as well. I'm pretty sure that the Protector that we saw had normal feet. This wasn't here before. Isa's note. Erica, if you find this note, despite everything that's happened, I've come to look for you. I'm sure she won't appear again later and become increasingly unhinged as we meet her. Alright, what does our card have on it? I need to look up how to pronounce those double accents, because I definitely don't know. Mond and Tokter High Security Wall Safe. This wall safe complies with USON Public Safety Equipment Regulations 41 and 43 and features a high-density Kraftstahl door secured with a numeric keypad. Proudly produced on Heimat by VEB Mond and Tokter Tresor Technik. Instruction for use. Enter the code using the keypad. Press the confirm key in the lower right corner. If correct, a green light will light up. Rotate the dial on the left to open the door. To clear any previously entered digits, press the E key in the lower left. First time setup. Enter the factory default code 204512 to open the safe. While the door is open, enter the desired new code in the keypad. Press and hold the confirm key for 10 seconds until the green light lights up. I mean, we don't really need to do that part. We just need to get it open. Alright, well, we've already met some folks down here and killed ourselves an enemy, so I feel like we are making good progress. I think we'll grab this keycard, and then that'll be a good time to save. I gotta read that document again. (204512). Oh. And that should get us the other key card. The one we need in order to open the door by the wounded replica. The classroom key. Klassenzimmer. So yes, I apologize, I am going to brutalize a bunch of German words in the course of this game, but I don't really know German pronunciation that well. I just know that if we get a W, we pronounce it like a V. It is not Gewehr, it is Gewehr. Alright, let's go back and save. I'm sure that using this keycard will trigger something else, so we'll hold off on that. But yeah, this is already really cool. It's definitely a bit slower of a start than the demo would have given you the idea of, but that's because I guess they wanted to kind of get a little bit of all the gameplay into the demo. And I'm fine with not just playing through the same section again. I like where things are going already, though, and I'm looking forward to continuing this. I'm going to probably end up finishing this in a couple days of just constant recording, but I also have to do the Resident Evil Village DLC at the same time. Grounded, I'm not too worried about because I'm already 17 episodes into that, and I'm still recording Dead Space 3 as well. Anyhow, thank you for joining me for the start of Signalis, and I hope to see you back here next time. Until then, you folks all take care.